Association and even a member of parliament. I'm talking about a group of Jews living not in Israel but in another country. Nothing unusual about that, you might think, unless you heard that the other country was Iran. It is 2,700 years now that Jews have lived in Iran, mostly accepted and protected by the Iranian regime. Today on France 24, we have a special day of programmes on Iran, and for Focus, Pascal Bourgault has been to visit the Jews living there.
Daniel is celebrating his bar mitzvah in one of Tehran's largest synagogues. In Iran, the Jewish community can follow its traditions freely. For the big day, Daniel and his brother Ilyas have invited a group of friends, some of whom are Muslim.
It's not frowned upon. We're very good friends. Religion is not an issue amongst us.
Freedom of worship, yes, but not total freedom. In their family, some subjects remain sensitive, such as Israel.
If Israel attacked Iran, I don't know. I can't give you a straight answer now. We don't know if there'll be a war or not.
In the room next door, the ceremony continues. Guests enjoy the food and a glass of wine.
It's a 30-year-old wine.
Wine is considered holy in Jewish tradition. It's one of the few exceptions authorized by the Islamic Republic where alcohol is forbidden.
There's nothing to worry about with small quantities, and even for larger ones. Even if we have more, we've never had any problems.
Daniel's uncle owns a jewelry shop in the city's bazaar. Iranian Jews can find their career choices limited, especially in the public sector or in the army. However, they have a reputation for being the kings of the bazaar.
I am only Jewish this market after 100 years.
In this shop, people buy and sell gold, a popular way of investing money.
They're very good people, I should say, very generous. And I think so my mom used to buy the gold from their dad, long time ago. So it's one of the old shops we come over.
In Iran, the Jewish community has its own official schools and associations subsidized by the regime. The leader of one association is grateful, but remains critical of Ahmadinejad's controversial statement on the Holocaust.
There have been discussions about the issue, and although I respect the President of the Islamic Republic of Iran, personally, I think that even if only one Jew had been killed during World War II because of his religious affiliation, it would still have been a crime and must be condemned.
Another institution for the community is the Jewish Hospital of Tehran. It's also subsidized, but most of its patients are Muslim.
This hospital is a symbolic and pragmatic view of the tolerance in Iran, a system which Iranian Jew and other Iranian people, Muslim people, and even some Christian people, we have some Christian personnel and physicians here, working together for all of the Iranian nation.
Dr. Morsedek is both Jewish and a patriot, yet rebuts accusations of dual loyalty.
Anyone who wants to destroy our national interest is enemy. It does not differ for us that it's called Israel or it's called Iraq. We are ready to defend against NATO, against USA, and against Israel.
This doctor is also a member of parliament and defends the interests of Iran's 10,000.
Meet Merhat Sassani. He's restoring the Torah, the holy Jewish book. Sassani is one of 25,000 Jews that call Iran home today. Jews have lived in what is now Iran for 3,000 years. Since the Islamic Revolution in 1979, they've enjoyed a measure of religious freedom. Jews are even guaranteed one seat in parliament, though its holder is expected to toe the government line. When Iran votes on Friday, Jews are expected to turn out in droves.
I myself, as a Jewish individual, will definitely be proud if I can have a representative in the Majlis and a share in the future of my country.
Homoun Samaya, head of Iran's Jewish Association, believes a Jewish candidate is a strong one, even in a country that is constantly at odds with Israel. Iran's leaders make a distinction between Jews and what the government calls Zionists.
It is not like one would think that Jews are facing difficulties and are troubled and have problems here. No, there are a lot of issues that exist in Iran's laws that apply to us too. Whatever everyone has, we have. But it's not like they say, X is Jewish, and because of being Jewish, he will have certain problems.
In the Middle East, only one country, Israel, has more Jews than Iran. The country's Jews celebrate a double heritage, faithful Jews, but also proud Iranians. Jim Clancy, CNN Atlanta.
Walking in one of the old neighborhoods of Tehran, I saw this store, a synagogue in Tehran, Jews in Iran. It was interesting, so I went in to find out more. Behind those walls were Jews practicing their faith. For me, it was not a sight I expected to see. It was the first time I saw Iranians wearing prayer shawls and tefillins and speaking Hebrew. So I had to pay a visit to their community to find out more about their life in Iran.
وضعیت یهودیان ایران در حال حاضر برخلاف اون چیزی که در رسانه‌های خارجی ذکر میشه خوب هست. بعد از اسرائیل بیشترین جمعیت یهودیان در خاورمیانه در ایران وجود داشته باشه.
When I started working on this project, I didn't think Iran enjoys the second highest Jewish population in the Middle East. Iran is home to 25,000 Jews, the largest Jewish population of any Muslim country in the world. Their roots go back 3,000 years, to the time of Persia's famous king, Cyrus the Great. As the Bible tells us, Cyrus conquered Babylon and liberated the Jews from captivity. And after that, the first Jews came to settle in Iran. During World War II, Polish and other European Jews fled to Iran. It is done in the Abrashami synagogue in Tehran, and Iranian Jews bring out the Torah and read the ancient text before making their way to work. Tehran enjoys 26 synagogues, and there are about 100 more dotted all over Iran, where Jews can practice their faith. Iran's Jewish community enjoy their bank of knowledge. This is one of their libraries. It's considered the biggest library of Tehran's Jewish community and one of the biggest of the Jewish community in Iran. I found all sorts of books in the library, but most importantly, there were the religious books. And in this category, the library had all that a Jew could possibly need.
از حروف عبری شروع کردیم بهشون آموزش میدیم تا داستان پیامبران، داستان‌هایی در تورات اومده، اصول خداشناسی و اصول اخلاقی که اصلا یهودیت خیلی بهش اهمیت میده که فقط یک انسان نباید رابطه خودش با خداوند رو مد نظر قرار بده. اگر انسان نتونه با انسان‌های دیگه تعامل داشته باشه، به طور حتم در رابطه خودش با خداوند هم دچار مشکل و تزلزل خواهد بود.
The religious teachings and practices of Judaism are taught in Jewish schools. There are about 3,000 Jews attending schools in Iran. They are scattered in 12 of Iran's cities, but mainly in the major cities Tehran, Shiraz, and Isfahan. There are 4 active Jewish schools in Iran's capital, Tehran, but Iranian Jews can choose between attending normal public schools or Jewish schools. And if they attend normal public schools, they don't have to attend the Islamic classes. As the happy crowd walked to their classes, I asked about their school and their teachers. They were happy with their school and they said they had a Jewish, Zoroastrian, and Muslim teachers. This is Iran's parliament back here. I'm going to try to see if I can meet the sole Jewish lawmaker in Iran and to see what rights do Jews have in Iran. Iran's parliament allows people from the monotheistic religions to have representatives in the parliament. Iranian Jews enjoy 1 seat in the parliament, being elected from their community. Other minorities, including Christians and Zoroastrians, enjoy at least 1 seat each.
When you compare with Iranian Muslim, every 200,000 people have 1 member of parliament. But our community with something about 20 to 30,000 have an MP with similar rights and similar pattern of work to the Muslims. And we are a part of this unique nation, so we are here to say to all of the world that you cannot separate us from each other. We love our country. I can speak English. I can pray in Hebrew, but only I think in Persian.
Shahla Haruni is a nurse in a Jewish charity hospital in Iran, one of 4 Jewish charity hospitals in the world. Shahla says she and her family have lived in Iran for years and she's happy with her life.
ما خیلی هم راضی هستیم با اینکه تو کشور ایران زندگی میکنیم و به دنیا آمدیم تا حالا هیچ گونه مشکلی نداشتیم و جد در جدمون هم با ایرانی‌ها خیلی خوب بودن.
Sonia Banayazdi has recently started work as an accountant. She tells me she has never felt any different from other Iranians. She even told me that at times she's even treated better.
من تو ایران هیچ مشکلی نداشتم. درسمو ادامه دادم، تحصیلاتمو انجام دادم، شغلمو داشتم، سر کارم میومدم، هیچ وقت هیچ مشکلی نداشتم. همیشه از حقوق شهروندی برخوردار بودم، همه چی. هر چی که واسه بقیه بوده خب واسه ما هم بوده.
The Yusufabad synagogue is one of the biggest in Tehran. The architecture of the synagogue is a blend of Persian and Jewish artistry. Iranian Jews have been living in Iran for years, and there are many holy and historical sites all around the country. But as these Iranians continue to openly practice their religion, the scene is no longer strange to me. Iran is home to a large community, and the Jews I saw were proud of their Iranian culture and their Jewish roots.
Harun Yashai is a Jewish community leader who was in contact with Khomeini back in 1979.
و نظر قطعی و روشن امام در این بود که سیونیسم یک جریان سیاسی است و البته ایشون در مقابل این جریان سیونیستی هستند و یهودیت یک دین مورد احترام ایشونه و یهودیان ایران هم که ایشون در نطق خودشون هم گفتن یهودیان ایران شهروندان ایرانی هستند و حقوق شهروندانشون مثل هموطن دیگری برای محفوظ خواهد.
In modern-day Iran, there are virtually no cases of anti-Semitic violence of the kind you hear about in some parts of Europe. Indeed, all indications are that Jews and Muslims live harmoniously. Nowhere is this better illustrated than here, at this Jewish hospital in southern Tehran. It's one of only 4 Jewish charity hospitals in the world, and reputedly one of the best hospitals in the country. Staff here are Muslim and Jewish, as are patients. For Angus Hasidim, a Jew is in charge of administration.
Whoever comes to our hospital, we are asking what's your pain, what you are suffering from. We are not asking what's their religion or how they think or what's their ideology.
Inside this building is a Jewish library with books in Hebrew and in Persian, where pictures of Islamic revolutionary leader Ayatollah Khomeini and Moses sit side by side. There's a kosher butchery, where kosher meat is served up by Muslim butchers. And there is also at least one kosher restaurant. It's here I try and talk to some young Iranian Jews who believe their country is misunderstood in the West.
فکر می‌کنم که ایران یک کشور عقب افتاده و عقب نگه داشته شده هست، در صورتی که اینجوری نیست.
Moses Baba, a well-known Tehran identity and antique dealer, is a good example of the fact that Iranian Jews enjoy a degree of freedom that would surprise many in the West. In recent years, Jews like Baba have been allowed to freely visit Iran's archenemy, Israel.
اومدن تو مسجدامون گفتن شنبه هر وقت میخواید برید و بیایید آزادید قول دادم به ما هیچ کاری دون ندارم هر سال اول میرم ترکیه از ترکیه اسرائیل بعدش میرم امریکا بعدش دوباره میام ترکیه میام ایران.
While many Iranian Jews are now travelling freely, statistics show that the number leaving for good is actually falling. Despite the fact he has children and grandchildren in Israel, Moses Baba says he isn't going anywhere.
برای که من ایران رو دوست دارم به خدا هر وقت برم اونجا 20 روز میمونم میام اینجا فوری یه مسلمانای خوب هست که تو دنیا از خوبی نی برای مؤمنان خدا پرستن احترام میذارم.
Perhaps to Westerners used to the scenes of conflict between Jews and Muslims in Palestine, the concept of Jews living happily in a Muslim state is a strange one. But here in Iran, it doesn't appear unusual.
تفکیک من مسلمانم یا شما کلیمی هستین یعنی این ارتباط فرهنگ ایرانیان با یهودیان بسیار بسیار عمیق‌تر از ارتباط اسلامی شون هست. ببینید نقطه توافق یهودیت حالا باز به معنی جودائیسم با اسلام بسیار نزدیکتر است با سایر ادیان. فقه یهود یعنی فقه که میدونید که فقه یهود در چیز کامل با فقه اسلامه.
Today on Israel Hayom Insider, we speak with columnist Annika Hernroth-Rothstein about her recent trip to the Islamic Republic of Iran. Annika, how are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Welcome back.
Thank you, it's great to be back.
Iran, what the heck? What were you thinking?
I wasn't, and then I went back and I wasn't again, but I'm very, very glad I went. Okay. But you see that framework that, yes, they're free to practice their religion, more free in a certain sense that I am where I come from. In Sweden, because there are several kosher butcheries in Tehran. I went to several kosher restaurants.
And wait, and in Sweden there's no kosher butcher?
No, there's no kosher slaughter since 1937. It's outlawed.
It's illegal. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And people walk outside with kippot, and you see, you know, kids playing.
Things that you wouldn't do in Europe.
No, of course, not anymore.
Wow.
And I could go out and have kosher food, which I can't. So.
Okay. What surprised you the most about your trip?
How much I love the country.
Really?
Because aside from Israel, I've never fallen that deeply in love with a country.
Wow. With the people, the views, I mean, obviously not the political system.
No, but the people, the mentality, the Persian and the Jewish mentality is quite alike. I mean, we're very academic, very family-oriented, warm, respectful people, both of us. And I felt a strong connection to the people.
Wow.
And it's beautiful. I mean, my ties are there as well, and they, if nothing else, they have a deep respect for religion in that country.
They do, yeah.
So as a religious Jew from Europe, it was a fascinating thing. It was a real dichotomy.
That's interesting. You know, because the Babylonian exile was really under a Persian rule.
Right.
I mean, it was so Judaism as we know it today is very affected by the Persian culture of way back when.
Of course, and it was a deeply moving thing for me to, for example, be able to go to visit the tombs of Esther and Mordecai.
Yeah.
That I didn't even know. The rumors were that they had been destroyed, and what would they look like? And to walk down the street in Hamadan and ask for it by name and have all these Muslims say, "Oh yeah, it's over there. I'm so happy that you come to visit it."
Wow.
And it's in this beautiful condition, and to be able to stand there and really feel history and feel connected that way as a Jew is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And